Hey photographers, creatives. This is the Focus Shift podcast, your best listening experience for creating your best online business. We'll focus on topics that help you get discovered. So sit back, listen, take notes if you like, and get excited about growing your business.
Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into something that, well, it might sound simple, but it's actually a real strategic powerhouse for getting noticed online. We're talking about blogging. You know, having a website is essential these days. It's like your online storefront.
Right.
But the truth is, a static site, it often just kind of sits there.
Yeah, it just exists.
Exactly. So this deep dive, it's really going to reveal how you can transform your online presence, go beyond just having a site to truly standing out, making it a magnet for, your ideal audience.
Totally.
And our sources for this, they're all focused on how blogging can, revolutionize your online visibility. Now, one of our key sources looks specifically at photographers, which is interesting.
It is, yeah.
But the principles, the insights we're pulling out, they're incredibly universal. They apply to you listening right now and anyone looking to boost their online presence, attract the right people, no matter what your business or passion is.
And what's fascinating there, I think, is how these sources, even the one tailored to photographers, they really peel back the layers. They show these universal truths about getting seen online and about making your website, actively work for you.
Right.
It highlights that a beautiful site, if it's static, often just isn't enough anymore to consistently grab attention in, today's digital world.
Yeah, you need more.
Exactly. So our mission here in this deep dive is really to show you how to turn that website from like a passive online brochure into a dynamic, magnetic hub that consistently brings in your ideal audience, basically 24/7.
Okay, love that. So let's jump right into the core benefits then. First up, this idea that Google loves new content. We hear it all the time. But why? What is it about fresh information that actually catches the search engine's eye? Is it just like a preference?
That's a great question. And no, it's definitely not just a preference. If you think about the bigger picture, search engines like Google, their whole job is to deliver the most relevant, the most up-to-date results they can find.
Makes sense.
So a website that hasn't been touched in months or maybe even years, to the search algorithms, that can signal, hey, this information might be outdated or maybe less authoritative.
Okay, so it slips down the rankings.
Exactly. It can slip over time. But every new blog post you publish, that acts like a fresh signal. It tells search engines your site is active, it's current.
Like waving a flag.
Yeah, pretty much. For photographers, maybe that's posting recent sessions, behind-the-scenes stuff, seasonal tips. That also shows potential clients you're busy, you're active, you're actually booking work, which builds confidence.
Good point.
But for any site, it's basically shouting, hey, I'm alive over here. I'm relevant. I'm worth ranking.
That makes perfect sense. It's about showing you're still in the game. And thinking about how Google understands our sites, that connects really well to our next point, doesn't it? About how blogging expands your keyword reach. This is where I think it gets really interesting. How does blogging help us move beyond those, obvious broad keywords everyone's fighting for?
Yeah, this is absolutely key for visibility. So your main website pages, like your home page or service pages, they naturally target those big, broad terms, right? Like Los Angeles wedding photographer.
Like the obvious ones.
Exactly. But think about it. How often do people really type in just that? More often, they use longer, more specific phrases. And that's where long-tail keywords come in.
Okay.
These are the super specific phrases potential clients or your audience are actually typing into Google. Now, individually, each one might not get a ton of searches, but here's the kicker. Collectively, long-tail keywords drive a huge chunk of all search traffic. Some studies say like upwards of 70%.
Wow, 70%, that's massive.
It really is. And blogging is the perfect way to capture this massive, often untapped audience. Our sources had some great examples like best locations for fall engagement photos in Boston, or what to wear for a newborn session in Dallas, or maybe best time of year for outdoor family portraits in New York. You can even target, say, venue-specific searches by blogging about projects or events you've done at that particular location.
Ah, smart.
Yeah. What this does is it creates this incredibly wide net of search terms, all pointing potential clients or readers right back to your site.
I can definitely see the power in that. But it also makes me wonder, if we're creating all this new content, all these different blog posts, how does Google make sense of it all? How does it navigate and understand how these pieces relate to each other?
Right.
Which brings us nicely to our third point, strengthening internal links and navigation.
Exactly. That's a crucial piece of the puzzle. Google, it deeply values a strong internal linking structure.
Yep.
Think of your website like a huge library.
Okay.
If the books are just randomly scattered everywhere, finding what you need is a nightmare.
Yeah, totally chaotic.
But if they're neatly organized, with clear signs, and, importantly, cross-references between related books, it's easy for visitors, and for the librarians, or in this case search engines, to understand the layout, find information, and see how things connect.
Makes sense.
So the better your pages link to each other, the easier it is for search engines to crawl your site, understand its hierarchy, and also spread what SEO folks call link equity across your pages.
Link equity, okay.
Yeah, it's like passing authority between pages. So take a blog post about a recent wedding. You can naturally link from that post to, say, your main wedding pricing page,
Right.
your portfolio gallery, maybe even other related blog posts like, I don't know, tips for booking a wedding photographer.
Right, keeping people on the site longer.
Exactly. It does two things. Boost your SEO by showing Google your content is interconnected and valuable, and it smoothly guides your visitors towards taking that next step, like booking or contacting you.
And that leads into something tricky, doesn't it? Getting found is one thing, but lots of sites get visitors who just, well, bounce right off.
Yeah, the dreaded bounce rate.
So what are the key signals Google looks for that show genuine engagement, beyond just time on site? That brings us to point 4, building engagement and trust.
Yeah, you're absolutely nailing it there. Google's algorithms definitely look at user engagement signals like time spent on site and bounce rates, yes, but it actually goes a bit deeper than just those numbers.
How so?
Well, think about behavior. If visitors stay longer, okay, that's good. But if they also click through to read more pages or follow those internal links we just talked about, or even leave a comment that suggests your content isn't just being found, it's actually valuable and relevant to them, they're interacting.
Ah, okay. Deeper interaction.
Precisely. So when your potential clients or readers linger on your blog to read, say, the full story behind a project or a session, or they browse through multiple galleries linked from a post, that tells Google your site is highly valuable. And then there's the human element. Beyond just SEO, showcasing your style, your process, maybe a bit of your personality through your blog, that builds a much deeper level of trust and familiarity.
Yeah, you feel like you know them.
Exactly. It makes people far more likely to reach out, to inquire, because they feel a connection that goes beyond just, reading dry information.
That connection is so powerful. And speaking of power, I often hear how crucial backlinks are for SEO. They sound like gold dust.
They kind of are, yeah.
But they can seem incredibly hard to earn, especially maybe for smaller businesses or individuals just starting out. What's a practical first step someone could take? How do you start attracting those votes of confidence you mentioned earlier, which is our 5th benefit, attracting backlinks for authority?
Yeah, backlinks. Those links from other websites to yours, they really are one of the most important SEO ranking factors, no doubt about it. Think of them exactly like that, votes of confidence in your site's credibility. They signal to Google that other people trust your content enough to link to it.
Okay, so how do we earn them?
The most sustainable, practical way is to create content that deserves to be linked to. Content that earns those links naturally. Meaning, if you consistently publish stuff that's genuinely useful, insightful, maybe unique, something that solves a reader's problem or offers a fresh perspective they can't easily find elsewhere, then other websites, other bloggers, industry folks, they become far more likely to reference it, to link back to it as a resource.
Ah, okay. Provide real value.
Exactly.
Oh.
So let's take that photographer example again. Imagine a wedding photographer in, say, Seattle. Maybe they write a really detailed blog post reviewing the top 5 eco-friendly wedding venues in Seattle. They highlight specific features, maybe mention vendors they like.
Right. Super useful for couples planning.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Those local venues featured, or perhaps wedding planners in the area, they might see that post and link to it from their own websites as a helpful resource for their clients.
Oh, I see. It's a win-win.
Precisely. That kind of valuable, shareable content consistently helps build your domain authority, Google's measure of your site's overall strength, and that significantly improves your rankings over time.
Okay, that makes earning backlinks feel a bit more achievable. It's about creating genuinely good stuff.
So it seems blogging isn't just about pleasing Google's algorithms then.
Not at all.
It sounds more like it becomes this content engine that fuels all your other marketing efforts too. Which brings us neatly to point 6, fueling social media and email marketing.
Absolutely.
What?
That's a fantastic way to put it, a content engine. SEO and social media, they aren't isolated silos. They should work together. There's this powerful synergy.
How does that work in practice?
Well, every single new blog post you write gives you fresh, valuable content you can share across your other channels. Think about it. You publish a great post. Now you can share snippets or a link to the full post on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, wherever your audience hangs out.
Driving traffic back to your actual website. Exactly. Instead of just keeping people scrolling on the social platforms, you're pulling them into your space, your website.
Smart.
And you can also repurpose that blog content for your email marketing. Use key insights or the whole post as the core of your email newsletters. Send them to past clients, maybe encouraging repeat business or nurture leads on your mailing list. Keep them engaged.
Right. Keeping those relationships warm.
Totally. And the more traffic and shares your blog content generates from these other channels, the more positive signals Google sees that your site is valuable and relevant, which in turn further boosts its authority and its position in search results. It's a virtuous cycle.
Love a virtuous cycle. Okay, and our final point, number 7, it feels like it really ties everything we've discussed together. It's about how all this consistent effort, this consistent blogging, helps establish you as the ultimate go-to expert in your field or maybe your local region. How does Google actually recognize and reward that kind of authority?
Yeah, this is a big one. Google definitely aims to reward websites that demonstrate what's called topical authority, basically becoming the undisputed, reliable go-to source for information on a specific subject or within a specific geographic area.
Okay, the expert.
Exactly. So if you, say, consistently blog about local venues in your city, seasonal tips relevant to your area, client stories featuring local spots,
Yeah.
you naturally start to build authority in that niche, in that region.
So Google notices that pattern.
It does. It starts to see you not just as relevant for the specific terms in your blog posts, but as an authority on the broader topic or area. More broadly, even if it's not location-based, consistently writing about your specific area of expertise, whether that's, advanced photography techniques or the latest design trends or deep industry insights.
Whatever your thing is.
Right. Whatever your thing is. Doing that consistently helps you rank higher for a whole cluster of related searches, not just the exact keywords you used. And crucially, it massively increases trust with your audience when they see that depth of knowledge.
So the end goal is?
Well, the ultimate goal really is to become that top search result people see when they're looking for information or services related to your expertise, whether that's locally or topically. You become the recognized authority.
Wow, okay. That's a powerful position to be in. So let's bring this all together. What does this all mean for you listening right now? Clearly, a blog isn't just some online diary, is it? Or just a place to, passively share random thoughts.
Definitely not.
It's a strategic business growth tool, a tool that works tirelessly behind the scenes for your online presence. It really feels like the difference between having a quiet, kind of static online shop front and having one that truly attracts people, engages them, and ultimately converts them.
That's perfectly put. And it really raises that important question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How can you listening leverage this strategic engine for your own visibility?
Yeah.
And the answer, based on everything we've seen, is by committing. Committing to consistent, high-quality blog content. Content that's optimized, yes, but optimized for both your human readers and for search engines. When you do that, you're not just, filling your site with words. You're actually building a solid SEO foundation that works for you 24/7. You're becoming that trusted resource.
Building that foundation.
So here's something to think about. What aspect of your business or your passion, your expertise, what could you start blogging about today? How could you start positioning yourself as the go-to expert in your niche and begin watching your online visibility really start to soar? Or maybe think about it this way. How does blogging move you beyond just having a website to truly activating it, transforming it into that powerful magnet for whatever it is you want to achieve online?
The Focus Shift podcast is presented by PhotoBiz, the best website solution for photographers. Whether you're launching your site or scaling your online business, PhotoBiz has your back. To get started for free, visit photobiz.com today.